kiwi are flightless birds endemic to New Zealand, in the genus Apteryx and family Apterygidae. At around the size of a domestic chicken, kiwi are by far the smallest living ratites, and lay the largest egg in relation to their body size of any species of bird in the world. DNA sequence comparisons have yielded the surprising conclusion that kiwi are much more closely related to the extinct Malagasy elephant birds than to the moa they shared New Zealand with. There are 5 recognized species, 2 of which are currently vulnerable, 1 of which is endangered, and 1 of which is critically endangered. All species have been negatively affected by historic deforestation, but currently the remaining large areas of their forest habitat are well protected in reserves and national parks. At present, the greatest threat to their survival is predation by invasive mammalian predators. The kiwi is a national symbol of New Zealand, and the association is so strong that the term kiwi is used in some parts of the world as the colloquial demonym for New Zealanders. Etymology. The Maori language word kiwi is generally accepted to be of imitative origin from the caw. However, some linguists derive the word from Proto-Nuclear Polynesian kiwi, which refers to Numenius chutiensis, the bristle-thighed curlew, a migratory bird that winters in the tropical Pacific Islands. With its long decurved bill and brown body, the curlew resembles the kiwi. So when the first Polynesian settlers arrived, they may have applied the word kiwi to the newfound bird. The genus name Apteryx is derived from ancient Greek without wing without, or not. Pterux, wing. Taxonomy and systematics. Although it was long presumed that the kiwi was closely related to the other New Zealand ratites, the moa, recent DNA studies have identified its closest relative as the extinct elephant bird of Madagascar, and the kiwi is more closely related to the emu and the cassowaries than to the moa. Research published in 2013 on an extinct genus, Apteryx, known from the Miocene deposits of the St. Bathans fauna, found that it was smaller and probably capable of flight, supporting the hypothesis that the ancestor of the kiwi reached New Zealand independently from moas, which were already large and flightless by the time kiwis appeared. Species. There are 5 known species of kiwi, as well as a number of subspecies. Relationships in the genus Apteryx. The largest species is the great spotted kiwi or roroa, Apteryx haast, which stands about 45 cm high and weighs about 3.3 kg. It has grey-brown plumage with lighter bands. The female lays just 1 egg, which both parents then incubate. Population is estimated to be over 20,000, distributed through the more mountainous parts of northwest Nelson, the northern west coast, and the southern Alps. The small little spotted kiwi, Apteryx oweenii, is unable to withstand predation by introduced pigs, stoats and cats, which have led to its extinction on the mainland. About 1350 remain on Kapiti Island, and it has been introduced to other predator-free islands and appears to be becoming established with about 50 little spots on each island. A docile bird the size of a bantam, it stands 25 cm high and the female weighs 1.3 kg. She lays 1 egg which is incubated by the male. The Okarito kiwi, also known as the rowai or Okarito brown kiwi, Apteryx rowai, first identified as a new species in 1994, is slightly smaller, with a greyish tinge to the plumage and sometimes white facial feathers. Females lay as many as 3 eggs in a season, each one in a different nest. Male and female both incubate. Distribution of these kiwi are limited to a small area on the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand. However, studies of ancient DNA have revealed that in pre-human times it was far more widespread up the west coast of the South Island and was present in the lower half of the North Island, where it was the only kiwi species detected. The southern brown kiwi, Torqueca, or common kiwi, Apteryx australis, relatively common species of kiwi known from south and west parts of the South Island that occurs at most elevations. It is approximately the size of the great spotted kiwi and is similar in appearance to the brown kiwi, but its plumage is lighter in color. Ancient DNA studies have shown that in pre-human times the distribution of this species included the east coast of the South Island. There are several subspecies of the Torqueca recognized. The Stewart Island southern brown kiwi, Apteryx australis lorin, is a subspecies of Torqueca from Stewart Island Racura. The northern Fiordland southern brown kiwi and southern Fiordland torqueca live in the remote southwest part of the South Island known as Fiordland. These subspecies of torqueca are relatively common and are nearly 40 cm tall. The Haast southern brown kiwi, Haast torqueca, Apteryx australis Haast unregistered trademark, is the rarest subspecies of kiwi with only about 300 individuals. It was identified as a distinct form in 1993. It occurs only in a restricted area in the South Island's Haast range of the Southern Alps at an altitude of 1,500 am. This form is distinguished by a more strongly down curved bill and more rufous plumage. The North Island brown kiwi, Apteryx mantelli or Apteryx australis before 2000, is widespread in the northern two-thirds of the North Island and, with about 35,000 remaining, is the most common kiwi. Females stand about 40 cm high and weigh about 2.8 kg, the males about 2.2 kg. The North Island brown has demonstrated a remarkable resilience. It adapts to a wide range of habitats, even non-native forests and some farmland. The plumage is streaky red-brown and spiky. The female usually lays 2 eggs, which are incubated by the male. Description: their adaptation to a terrestrial life is extensive. Like all the other ratites, they have no keel on the sternum to anchor wing muscles. Their vestigial wings are so small that they are invisible under the bristly, hair-like, two-branched feathers. While most adult birds have bones with hollow insides to minimize weight and make flight practicable, kiwi have marrow, like mammals and the young of other birds. With no constraints on weight due to flight requirements, brown kiwi females carry and lay a single egg which may weigh as much as 450 kg. Like most other ratites, they have no arapygial gland. Their bill is long, pliable and sensitive to touch, and their eyes have a reduced pecten. Their feathers lack barbules and aftershafts, and they have large vibrissae around the gape. They have 13 flight feathers, no tail and a small pygostyle. Their gizzard is weak and their calicum is long and narrow. Behavior and ecology: before the arrival of humans in the 13th century or earlier, New Zealand's only endemic mammals were 3 species of bat, and the ecological niches that in other parts of the world were filled by creatures as diverse as horses, wolves and mice were taken up by birds. Kiwi are shy and usually nocturnal. Their mostly nocturnal habits may be a result of habitat intrusion by predators, including humans. In areas of New Zealand where introduced predators have been removed, such as sanctuaries, kiwi are often seen in daylight. They prefer subtropical and temperate podocarp and beech forests, but they are being forced to adapt to different habitat, such as subalpine scrub, tuxet grassland, and the mountains. Kiwi have a highly developed sense of smell, unusual in a bird, and are the only birds with nostrils at the end of their long beaks. Kiwi eat small invertebrates, seeds, grubs, and many varieties of worms. They also may eat fruit, small crayfish, eels and amphibians. Because their nostrils are located at the end of their long beaks, kiwi can locate insects and worms underground using their keen sense of smell, without actually seeing or feeling them. Once bonded, a male and female kiwi tend to live their entire lives as a monogamous couple. During the mating season, June to March, the pair call to each other at night, and meet in the nesting burrow every 3 days. These relationships may last for up to 20 years. They are unusual among other birds in that along with some raptors, they have a functioning pair of ovaries. Kiwi eggs can weigh up to 1/4 the weight of the female. Usually only 1 egg is laid per season. The kiwi lays the biggest egg in proportion to its size of any bird in the world, so even though the kiwi is about the size of a domestic chicken, it is able to lay eggs that are about 6 times the size of a chicken's egg. The eggs are smooth in texture, and are ivory or greenish-white. The male incubates the egg, except for the great spotted kiwi, Haast, in which both parents are involved. The incubation period is 63–92 days. Producing the huge egg places a lot of demands on the female. For the 30 days it takes to grow the fully developed egg, the female must eat 3 times her normal amount of food. 2 to 3 days before the egg is laid there is little space left inside the female for her stomach and she is forced to fast. Status and conservation. Nationwide studies show that on average only 5% of kiwi chicks survive to adulthood. However, in areas under active pest management, survival rates for North Island brown kiwi can be far higher. For example, prior to a joint 1080 poison operation undertaken by DOC and the Animal Health Board in Tongariro Forest in 2006, 32 kiwi chicks were radio-tagged. 57% of the radio-tagged chicks survived to adulthood. Thanks to ongoing pest control, the adult kiwi population at Tongariro has almost doubled since 1998. Sanctuaries. In 2000, the Department of Conservation set up 5 kiwi sanctuaries focused on developing methods to protect kiwi and to increase their numbers. There are 3 kiwi sanctuaries in the North Island: Whangarei Kiwi Sanctuary, Muhau Kiwi Sanctuary on the Coromandel Peninsula, Tongariro Kiwi Sanctuary near Taupo, and 2 in the South Island, Okarito Kiwi Sanctuary, Haast Kiwi Sanctuary. A number of other mainland conservation islands and fence sanctuaries have significant populations of kiwi, including Zealandia Fenced Sanctuary in Wellington, Morna Tautari Restoration Project in Waikato, Bushy Park Forest Reserve in Kaiaiwi, Wanganui, Otainway Nuku Forest in the Bay of Plenty, Hurunui Mainland Island, South Branch, Hurunui River, North Canterbury. Operation Nest Egg. Operation Nest Egg is a program run by the BNZ Save the Kiwi Trust, a partnership between the Bank of New Zealand, the Department of Conservation and the Royal Forest and Bird Protection Society. Kiwi eggs and chicks are removed from the wild and hatched and/or raised in captivity until big enough to fend for themselves, usually when they weigh around 1,200 grams. They are then returned to the wild. An Operation Nest Egg bird has a 65% chance of surviving to adulthood compared to just 5% for wild hatched and raised chicks. The tool is used on all kiwi species except little spotted kiwi. 1080 poison. In 2004, anti-1080 activist Philip Anderton posed for the New Zealand media with a kiwi he claimed had been poisoned. An investigation revealed that Anderton lied to journalists and the public. He had used a kiwi that had been caught in a possum trap. Extensive monitoring shows kiwi are not at risk from the use of biodegradable 1080 poison. Threats. Introduced mammalian predators, namely stoats, dogs, ferrets, and cats, are the number 1 threat to kiwi. Other threats include habitat modification loss and motor vehicle strike. The restricted distribution and small size of some kiwi populations increases their vulnerability to inbreeding. Stoats are responsible for approximately half of kiwi chick deaths in many areas through New Zealand. Cats also to a lesser extent prey on kiwi chicks. Research has shown that the combined effect of predators and other mortality results in less than 5% of kiwi chicks surviving to adulthood. Young kiwi chicks are vulnerable to stoat predation until they reach about 1.2 kg in weight, at which time they can usually defend themselves. Ferrets and dogs often kill adult kiwi. These predators can cause large and abrupt declines in populations. In particular, dogs find the strong distinctive scent of kiwi irresistible and easy to track, such that they can catch and kill kiwi in seconds. Motor vehicle strike is a threat to all kiwi where roads cross through their habitat. Badly set possum traps often kill or maim kiwi. Relationship to humans. The Maori traditionally believed that kiwi were under the protection of Tainmota, god of the forest. They were used as food and their feathers were used for kako ceremonial cloaks. Today, while kiwi feathers are still used, they are gathered from birds that die naturally or through road accidents or predation, or from captive birds. Kiwi are no longer hunted and some Maori consider themselves the bird's guardians. Scientific documentation. The first kiwi specimen to be studied by Europeans was a kiwi skin brought to George Shore by Captain Andrew Barclay aboard the ship Providence, who was reported to have been given it by a sealer in Port Jackson around 1811. George Shore gave the bird its scientific name and drew sketches of the way he imagined a live bird to look, which appeared as plates 1057 and 1058 in volume 24 of the Naturalist's Miscellany in 1813. Zoos. In 1851, London Zoo became the first zoo to keep kiwi. The first captive breeding took place in 1945. As of 2007, only 13 zoos outside New Zealand hold kiwi. The Frankfurt Zoo has 12, the Berlin Zoo has 7, Walls Road Bird Park has 1, the Washington Zoo has 3, the Avifauna Bird Park in the Netherlands has 3, the San Diego Zoo has 5, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park has 1, the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. has 5, the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute has 1, and the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium has 3. As a national symbol, the kiwi as a symbol first appeared in the late 19th century in New Zealand regimental badges. It was later featured in the badges of the South Canterbury Battalion in 1886 and the Hastings Rifle Volunteers in 1887. Soon after, the kiwi appeared in many military badges, and in 1906 when kiwi shoe polish was widely sold in the UK and the US, the symbol became more widely known. During the First World War, the name kiwi for New Zealand soldiers came into general use, and a giant kiwi was carved on the chalk hill above Sling Camp in England. Use has now spread so that now all New Zealanders overseas and at home are commonly referred to as kiwis. The kiwi has since become the most well-known national symbol for New Zealand, and the bird is prominent in the coat of arms, crests and badges of many New Zealand cities, clubs and organisations. At the national level, the red silhouette of a kiwi is in the centre of the roundel of the Royal New Zealand Air Force. The kiwi is featured in the logo of the New Zealand Rugby League, and the New Zealand National Rugby League team are nicknamed the Kiwis. The reverse of a New Zealand dollar coin contains an image of a kiwi, and in currency trading the New Zealand dollar is often referred to as the kiwi. See also, Birds of New Zealand, Conservation in New Zealand, References, Notes. Further reading, Burbage, M.L., Colburn, R.M., Robertson, H.A., and Baker, A.J. Molecular and other biological evidence supports the recognition of at least 3 species of brown kiwi. Conservation Genetics, 4, 2, 167 77, Cooper, Alan A. L. Complete mitochondrial genome sequences of 2 extinct moas clarify ratite evolution. Nature, 409, 704 07. Savethkiwi.org Producing an egg. Archived from the original on June 29, 2007. Retrieved August 13, 2007. Kiwi Recovery Plan 2008 2018. Wellington, NZ, Department of Conservation 2008. Retrieved October 13, 2011. External links, Great Spotted Kiwi, Species, Birds, Archivia. Land Birds, Kiwi, Native Animals, Birds, NZ, Department of Conservation. Kiwi Recovery, NZ, BNZ Save the Kiwi Truster. Kiwi, Terra Naturia. How the Kiwi Lost His Wings, Kiwi Newser. Kiwi, TERA The Encyclopedia of New Zealand, NZ, The Governmental. North Island brown kiwi feeding in the wild, YouTube, Google E. Pests and Threats, Taranaki Kiwi Truster. Case Studies on 1080, The Facts, 1080 and Kiwi, NZ, 1080 FACTSA.